Welcome back, everyone, to Wandering the Wildwood. We are back here in Trader's Wharf, where Groon Curl Doc needs to talk with me. He has two things to say.
Might I take a moment of your time?
We're not going to get much work done on an empty stomach. The League needs to eat. That's why I cast nets into the Brandywine River. The river should provide us with some good food each day. Would you check the nets for me and collect any fish you find for me, and the League would be grateful. Okay, so these are dailies. And I'll take one of them. So apparently I've unlocked the dailies at some point in there. Right now I want to leave off the dailies and see if I can get those whetstones that I was asked to find earlier. Actually, is that whetstone thing a daily? No, actually, that's a one shot. So I figure I could do the whetstone quest, and also I think in this direction is where I'm going to find Marl's Crossing, and at Marl's Crossing is where I'm supposed to be leaving some black powder presents for our friends there. I forgot about these crazy wasps. And also, it's a Wildwood assailant. Hmm. Wildwood assailants. Now, but I'm supposed to be finding hardened tomb robbers in the Wildwood. These aren't hardened. That's of course unless that's a temporary name or something like this. Is there a thing here? No, this is just to defeat brigands in here. And to find that final book page that I still need, which I may find someday. But this is not the day! Somehow, when I was asked to find whetstones, I was expecting to find something a little bit smaller. I mean, I need 6 of these? That looks like a one that's good enough to last a year for me. Good grief. Well, I guess I came here to find whetstones, so I'll see if I can find any more of them. These birds are lucky they could survive another day since I've collected my quota of feathers in the previous episode. Someday I may harvest your feathers, but this is not the day. Ah! I found a hardened tomb robber. I was wondering if these guys really existed around here. But apparently they do. They're not just a myth. They're. Oh, hold on. What did I just unlock there? You found a missing page of the Chieftains of the Dunedain. All right. Completed, Chieftains of the Dunedain. I'm going to have to visit Aragorn at some point to turn that in. And that was my last whetstone, thankfully. Now, I need to find Marl's Crossing. And I think that is... Oh, that way. I'm not too sure I can make it that way. I may have to circle around a bit in order to get there. I think the circle will have to be in this direction because the other way will leave me swimming in the Brandywine, and I certainly don't want to go around doing that at this moment. I've had enough times in swimming the Brandywine, such as trying to swim the Brandywine with for bingo, boffin, and all that stuff. Or all the times you swim it in order to, well, go after tomb robbers. I know, what else is new? So all sorts of things you could do with them. But for now, it is take care of hardened tomb robbers and also look for Marl's Crossing and blow it up, I guess. Or at least do something nasty to it. Ah, now that I've dealt with them, it's time for me to find their campsite. Whatever these tomb robbers are looking for, they were not welcome in the Wildwood. So I'll have to blow the horn after I deal with this guy. So that's strange. Yes, find their campsite. Well, no problem. I was practically next to it at the time. Now, I am sure that some nasty, big tomb robber is going to. The lead tomb robber appears. What's going on here? Oh, I've come to destroy you. Apparently, one of his friends arrived also. Uh-oh. Ouch. Hey, no fair calling in reinforcements. No fair throwing down caltrops either. There you go. You go down. You go down. The leader of the tomb robbers gives up the fight. Hey, they like giving up fights, don't they? Now, maybe I could talk to him before things respawn.
This is intolerable.
The Forsaken Tomb? I've never heard of it. Why would I be looking for anything called the Forsaken anyway? After getting kicked out of Riham, the Bold's gang, I needed some easy pickings. The old ruins here don't have much, but they haven't been as plundered as those in Ivendim, that's for sure. It turns out things aren't so easy in the Wildwood after all. Thanks for nothing, Hobbit. The leader doesn't seem to know what the other tomb robber was talking about. Perhaps more than one group of tomb robbers is descended into the Wildwood? Wonderful. Simply wonderful. Let's get out of here. It appears that Marl's Crossing is a bridge. I had forgotten that point if I ever noticed that before. Somehow I was thinking of a crossroads or something like that, but no, this is a bridge. And this is a brigand. Whether this is the... I'm just thinking of something. What if the next quest I get... Oh... is going to send me back here? I didn't think about that. Oh, this is the other group of brigands! Yeah, they're gonna send me here, aren't they? Stop that! Oh, I hate when they do that. Especially when they then throw down caltrops on top of my toes. Are you done with me? Probably not. Whew. But I'm gonna need some time to go back and do some farming because I'm a little outdated on my food too. Oh. Now where was I? Oh yes. Black powder. Under here. Now am I going to be blowing up this bridge? Now that would actually be most appropriate to return the favor of trying to blow up one bridge by blowing up their bridge. So actually that looks like... Now the other one's going in next to a siege tower, it looks like. Hey, I don't want you to be in the way. Where exactly is this bridge supposed to be going to? It looks like a regular part of Ivendim. So there won't be much to do on the other side of that, if that's true. Alright, that's 3. Now, is there another one? Oh, yes, it's right up here, which means that I am going to take care of this poacher at least. And then we get to blow it all up! How nice! What do you think that's going to be nice? Here we go. Place for black powder. Don't ask me how I carried all of that stuff. Now, let's... A little fire. And this time I can actually see the sappers instead of just seeing somebody else's little explosion as I do it. Alright, let's go around here. Number 3. Well, it'll take care of their siege crafter at least. I was thinking they will have us blow up the bridge, but I suppose the bridge might come in handy for something else at some point. And there you go. Ah! Well, now, I just need to return to Ed and Nestlestein to take care of that. Oh, no, that's to take care of... So I need to go to both areas now. Whee! Let's start with the wharf. Oh, yes. I forgot that I was supposed to sharpen the blades once they got here. Little detail to forget. There you go. And to... Oh, that's right. I did promise to collect some fish. And I'll take care of this muffin. Because it's there, annoying me. Somehow going around annoying somebody who's several levels above you is probably not the brightest thing to do. So I suppose that the muffin aren't known for their brain. Oh. Okay, not for their brightness in the sense of intelligence, at least. I guess they're known for their brightness in another sense of the word. Look at that. I came by here once already. Oh, this net is empty. Oh, I only get credit for ones that aren't empty, I presume, right? More nets? I've collected all the fish in one direction. I guess it's time to head off in the other direction. And maybe find a few more there. And I still have a couple of more axes to grind. Both literally and figuratively, I guess. There we go. Oh no, that did not go very well. Eventually, I will find all of the fish I need, but so far, it's not been very lucky. I finished collecting the fish.
What can I do for you?
Now, that's a good haul. We'll not go hungry tonight. Thank you for assisting us. There you go. Took care of that. And, oh, we've got an axe here. That means there's one more axe to grind somewhere around here. Ah, this way on the boat. Or ship, or whichever they want to call that. Now, how about you? Alright, I managed to take care of the tomb robbers.
How can I be of service?
Yes, there might be multiple groups of tomb robbers in the Wildwood. That's not great news, so I'm glad that you're able to thwart one of the groups. Now, what is this talk about a forsaken tomb, I wonder? I have spent a long time making sure the Wildwood was an ideal place for the League of the Axe to take root. In all my time, I never heard of anything about a tomb here. I'm sure I would have if I had stooped to dealing with a fair amount of ruffians in the past, and I'm not proud of it. Now, I look ahead to better times with honesty and prosperity for all of the League. I'm sure I would have as in other words, she would think she would have heard of such a place if there were one. Well, there's always the other possibility that the other tomb robber was simply lying, because that's certainly nothing new. What do you say? How about these axes?
Greetings.
Yes, those axes look mighty sharp. Harvesting lumber is about a great mite easier. Thank you for assisting the League. You're welcome. Now. What was I doing? Oh, yes. Trestle Bridge, I guess. I have dealt with the black powder.
What can I do for you?
Well, I'm glad that the supervisor, Beecher, thoroughly inspects the trestle span each morning. Without his diligence, we would not have the great bridge over the chasm of Kirisnur. I fear the devious orcs who planted the black powder thought their plan will remain hidden just long enough to enact terrible destruction upon our town. Returning the powder in force to the Orcish forces and those who enable them in the Wildwood was the correct course of action. You've done well, Warden. I guess in the manner in which I returned it. Now, I'm happy to report that our reconstruction effort of the Trestle Bridge has begun. Why? Have a look for yourself. Alright, let's have a look. I guess I'm missing what they rebuilt. Right? I suppose I should first have memorized what it looked like before, then maybe survey the reconstruction of Trestle Bridge. Well, let's see how things look in here. I presume it's only... Well, that's obviously not reconstructed because it still has a hole in the window. That's obviously not been reconstructed. I'd have thought that this building right here would... This part of Trestle Bridge has been rebuilt. If you say so. Alright. I think we'll be seeing more rebuilding in there, and maybe someday I'll see something that looks obvious to me instead of going, okay, if you say so.
Greetings.
Yes, thanks to your assistance, we have already made great strides in our cause. Still, there is much to be done in the Wildwood and in Trestle Bridge. That is certainly the case. Whee! Ooh, and some nice rep. Perhaps I can finish off this episode by collecting a little bit of meat and some herbs and see if I get anything, and maybe hides. And see if any of those things work in there to at least advance that. So that's not going to be a major aim. Maybe I could find something else in here while I am... Oh, yes. I keep forgetting about these stupid things. How? How can I forget about these abominable vines? Now, I suppose the first question is, what drops these hides that I'm looking for? I suppose it's not just going to be found in random places, and that'll most likely be gained by doing things like killing wolves or other creatures around here. There's an easy way to test that hypothesis, and that, of course, is by attacking a wolf and getting a hide. Well, that was an easy enough one to pass. But I need to find some herbs. Well... Oh, I could also collect meats this way. Alright, hides and meats. Now, I suppose I'm not going to find herbs inside of the wolves, though, so I'm going to have to find another way to get those. Here's an interesting question. Do Warg riders drop hides? Well... Oops. I'm hamstrung! Stop doing that! I don't know why I bothered. Because what's worse than attacking a warg? Attacking a warg carrying a goblin. That's what it is. Especially when it's a signature. No, you're not going to silence me that easily. Nope. No hides, no meat. Well, who'd want to eat warg meat anyway? Oh yes, I came here because I saw a tree tapper! And I was supposed to gather some sap. I completely forgot about the sap, didn't I? Well, now we've got that. it's time to find a few more things. I'm just glad that they decided to call these tappers instead of sappers, because if they called anything else a sapper in this game, I would really have gotten confused. Well, time to head back to Trestle Bridge. Hides and meat head into the storage bin. There you go. And did it actually turn in both of them? Yeah, completed hides of the Wildwood, and yeah, it gave me credit for both of them. That's very unusual. Just one click, getting credit for 2 quests. And now for the sap.
How can I be of service?
I see that you returned with the sap. This is a good amount indeed. I will take it from you and bring it to someone in town that is proficient in cooking it and bringing out the great flavor within. The Brotherhood appreciates your assistance. Alright, good. We have gathered the sap. We have done a few quests in the area. We've taken care of a plot to blow things up. So we've accomplished quite a bit there. Though I suspect there are 1 or 2 things that we still need to do, and we'll figure that out in the next episode of Wandering the Wildwood.